worst thing for America?
Figuring out where the male G spot is, and then making like products to
get there.
get there, but like in the most heterosexual way possible. You know what I mean? Because like dudes are really scared of being gay.
Oh yeah.
So like they'll be like, oh, like this stimulates it in a different, like without explicitly being like a dildo or
Be
anything.
like, I put something up my butt.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like marketed that way.
I feel like reaching the male G spot without being gay is on the same level as the space race in the 60s.
Dude, we need to make a new Cold War, but with finding not gay ways
to get to the male G
stimulate.
spot.
And then, dude, doctors just know that.
Yeah. Doctors have been knowing it.
And I've heard,
and they've
like,
kept it from us.
From a lot of sources who have gotten prostate exams, is that they're not nice with it.
That should be feeling kind of good.
They're just like, I was listening to Tom Segura talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just like, yeah, he was not. He just went in there and rummaged it around, and he didn't finesse it.
He's like, did you just give me a prostate exam just to run those 2 jokes by me?
Yeah. And I just love him because he's one of those guys who's always like into a bit.
I watched one of his specials yesterday. I watched his first one.
What was that one called? Disgraceful or something?
No, I think that one is called
no, that's the most recent one. Mostly stories, right?
No,
one of them is called most. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. But speaking of Tom Segura, I was, because Diego was talking to us about like how long like these podcast episodes are, and they used to be an hour, but now they're 30 minutes. Thank the Lord.
Yeah,
because hours were grinds to get through.
Yeah,
but Tom Segura's podcast that he does with his wife is 2.5 hours long,
maybe 3, 4, depending on what. And he just sits there and talks. The thing is that he sits there and talks, right? But I think he knows that he has like that long of a time that it really is just. He just sits there and like like it's regular stuff, and it's
he'll
also
have,
like
a guest on and stuff.
Yeah, and it's also like a lot of like inside jokes though too. Like you can definitely feel like because it's also the type of podcast where they watch videos and stuff.
Yeah, it's just him and his wife.
And but I love that guy. Like
I do too.
Talking about bits. He once went on a news report. You saw that?
Yeah,
and he was just like, I'm gender fluid, I'm whatever. He was just being he was just being extremely outrageous for no reason, and just to make the newscasters uncomfortable.
Yeah, just because it was a local news station.
Basically he used the spot that he would be for advertising his comedy to just do a joke.
Do a bit. And I love it.
It was so funny. I love it. Thank God.
But no, the worst thing that could happen to America is for James Charles to be the victim of a hate crime. Like,
dude, I feel like everybody would automatically be like, he did it to himself. What was the other guy's name who did that? He's from Empire.
Yeah, the dude from Empire.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Poor guy.
Like,
not even
James Charles was the victim of a legit hate crime.
Like, I actually happened.
Everybody would kind of. You're right. Everybody'd kind of be like,
we would want to. We wouldn't feel bad.
Yeah,
because we're just like.
But then also we would be like, why does James Charles have to be the symbol for?
Yeah, and then like it's like,
because he would immediately be made a martyr. And James Charles is the last person we need to be a martyr.
We don't need that happening. Everybody protect James Charles. We don't need him getting a hate crime done on him, because that would just be a mix of emotions that nobody really feels like feeling. Especially me.
We don't need that conflict. We don't need that internal conflict. We already have to find the male G spot in a straight way.
In the space race.
Yeah, in the space race. We don't
Can you imagine Russia finds it? And then we're like, fuck!
And then it comes out, and we're like, America first! America first!
They tested it on like monkeys and dogs, and
they're like, they loved it.
They absolutely loved it.
But dude, if that came out, that they were like, Russia hasn't really been developing any weapons, but then it just came out that all of their money has gone into the male G spot.
It's just like the Trump tweet where it's like, we just spent $2 trillion on weapons. So we just spent $2 trillion on
finding the male G spot in
a
dogs.
Straight way.
And that's when everybody freaks out. They're like, bro, that's like,
and they won't tell anybody about it.
Yeah, they won't tell anybody. That's why Russia's like, I don't want to go to Iran.
I'm busy.
I'm
actually
and they're like,
doing stuff
what are you
now.
doing? And they're like, I just got a lot going on.
You'll see.
You'll see.
Yes.
Well, it's not ready.
It's on the brink of being ready.
It's like when a friend is going through like a hard time, but they don't want to like tell you about it. So you're just like, hey, dude, like come out with us tonight. And he's just like,
I'm trying to find the male G spot.
Yeah.
What
are you happy?
Would you like if a friend said that to you? Would you understand?
I'd understand,
right?
I'd be
like it wouldn't even be a weird thing. It'd be like, okay.
I'd be like, stay
I don't
frosty.
know why you can't hang out with us. Let me know when you find it. By the way,
yeah.
If it's in a straight way. Though,
if it's obviously if it's in a straight way.
I'm not gay, guys.
No,
guys, I'm not gay.
Guys, I'm not gay.
Nate's not gay.
Juan's not gay.
But Juan's definitely not gay. So if y'all find
Nate
DM
DM. If you find Nate on Grindr, DM.
A way. If y'all see me on any of those dating apps, it is me.
It is. You know what? I'm gonna say it. It is me, dude. Speaking of those dating apps are terrifying.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I made an app and then I ran out of people and then I deleted it like the same day.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of stupid.
That's typically what like. Because I've tried dating apps in the past, and that's what it would be. Like, I'd get it and have it for like maybe 45 minutes, and then I'd be like, "All right, I'm done with this. I don't."
Yeah, right.
But
I just think of the implications.
A lot of my friends, like that have Grindr, will tell me about it, and that is the Wild West.
Yeah, that is. Here's a picture of my butthole.
Immediately.
Here you go. That's their hello.
Yeah, they were like, "Hello from my butt," but then like
it's been a very, very sorry, we'll put a TVMA warning in the beginning.
Yeah, just
we kind of started off kind of strong, guys.
Sorry about that.
I don't necessarily care though.
Yeah.
So keep going.
But, I was like hanging out with Harley and one of her friends, and we walked by.
Was he gay?
Yeah.
And you're hanging out with a gay friend.
Bro, I was with my girlfriend though. But we walked by this guy, and her friend and this guy did not interact. They didn't look at each other.
Mm-hmm.
And they just walked by each other, and he was like, I saw him on Grindr.
Oh, yeah. No, I've heard that all the time.
Yeah.
With dating. That's another implication. Like, people will notice you, and then, like, because of my friends who were trying to get me into it whenever I was in San Antonio, they were like, oh, yeah, like, yeah, it sucks, though, because, like, I saw this guy I swiped left on, and he definitely recognized me, and I was just like, okay.
Like, all right.
Okay, like I mean, that sucks for you, I guess. And that's the thing. I just don't want to be. I'm not trying to get recognized or nothing.
I don't know what it is with Grindr that makes someone more recognizable, though.
Right?
Like that's so.
Weird. What if like you walk past them and then the Harley's friend was just like, yeah, I've seen that guy's butthole.
Probably, yeah. He was like,
yeah,
all right, or like that dude's hung, and then just.
That guy is much bigger than me, and
I am okay to
denied his friend request because of it.
Because he was more hung.
It's scary though. It's a dangerous world you live in. You can just be interacting with. I just don't. There's just too much. Like I deleted it and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. So whoever saw my profile for the 45 minutes it was up,
congrats.
Good for you.
That's a collector. That's a collector's item.
Yeah, I hope you screenshotted it. Because that shit does not exist.
Something about Tinder is a little sleazy. Feels a little sleazy.
I was on Bumble.
I was on Bumble.
More up
I was on Bumble,
alley.
And then I tried Tinder for a little bit, and I was just like, I feel dirty.
Yeah.
I feel wrong.
Yeah, I have a coworker, not now, but I used to have a coworker who met her husband on Bumble.
Whoa.
I met on Tinder.
Really?
Which was more of a whoa, because I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Like I didn't.
So y'all just hooked up, and then you stayed for too long?
Now they have a kid.
Whoa.
They're married and they're really happy.
I'm glad.
But it's so interesting hearing that though, because like I never thought I would, you know.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite Chris D'Elia jokes. Is
that guy's outrageous.
Yeah, I love him
though.
He was like
I can't watch a full thing though of him.
You can't watch a full.
I had to stop because I was like, oh, these characters are so funny, but like it's a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot to take in. But one of my favorite jokes of his is when he's talking about marriage, and he's just like, I hung out with a girl for too long. And then I loved her. And he was like, and that's what marriage is. Hanging with somebody for too long.
For too long. And then it's like, well, there's actually nothing wrong with you.
But
might as well
throw a ring on that finger.
Might as well seal the deal because it's just like we're already been together
here.
for 5. Yeah, we're here. We made it. Marriage is interesting when you really get to the brass tacks of it.
Yeah. It's like thinking about it now, it's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, a little bit.
Thinking about it in like a 20-year-old's mind.
I guess. I feel like the thing with me is always like, I'm not really scared of it. It's just like, if it happens, it happens. Like, I don't get why people need to have a weird phase where they're not.
Yeah.
You know, like, they'll be like, man, I don't know. I feel like I really like her and it's been 4 years, but I've never been like single or anything. And I want to, and I'm just like,
You're like, dude, that's
like the people like complain about not being able to find,
yeah,
love and stuff. And that's the thing that I always is kind of funny to me when people are like, man, I need to settle down or something like that. Cause I'm just like, that like process involves a whole nother person.
Yeah.
Like like just love will find a way, bro. Like just relax and it'll get to you. But like, you can't be like, yeah, I think it's time I look for a girlfriend. Cause then it's like,
now
yo,
it's time.
bro, like, yeah, it's like that involves a whole nother person. Like, do something that you can actually do for yourself. Like, let's say you actually like, I don't know, I want to go traveling more. Just do that for yourself because you can actually work towards that. You can't really work towards
getting
being.
You can try, but it's not.
You can
real.
try, but like it's not. Yeah. One, you already have that weird. That's another thing with the dating apps. It was just like it was all like, face. And like I find you attractive. Now I want to get to know you. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of times where I found, or not even that I didn't find them attractive, but like I didn't even really think about them. And then they talked to me and I'm like, oh, wow, this is a good person.
You liked your personality before you liked them, I guess.
Yeah, that's happened plenty of times. So I'm just like, like it happens. Like there's nothing to stress about.
Yeah, really. I feel that. I know what you mean. Because I mean, I would like if. Yeah.
Yeah. Really,
Makes
it's
sense.
just a big thing that you can just say like, yeah, it just kind of happens.
Yeah, it does.
But anyways, oof, we got a little sad there.
We did get a little sad.
My bad, guys.
When it happens, here's the thing. Just wrap it up. When it happens, it happens.
There you go. That's a good little bow on top of the whole thing. That's a good little bow on top. It will happen, and if it doesn't, hey, man. Why does it matter? Like, you get to be alone.
Yeah. Hey, I just realized we didn't intro the show. Guys, welcome back to Small Talk with the Big Boys. I'm Nate Klingen.
I'm Juan Lopez.
All right, now we can get back to this.
Let's start it here and just erase everything.
And erase everything we talked about before.
That would be what? 12 minutes of showtime?
Yeah.
That's funny as hell.
Dude,
that's so funny.
I really liked how last episode ended. Or no, not last episode. The episode before the last episode.
What happened?
When Jack was like, would you rather have 15 years of extreme happiness, but it meant you had to die at the end? We just end it.
Yeah, and it's just like, I guess. It was more like a question for the audience. Like, here you go, guys. I'm not answering that.
I'm not answering this.
Dude, I was, think about that, though, is knowing when you're going to die.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of,
yeah.
I don't know, because, like, you're not going to die until then. But it's like you're gonna die.
You're right.
Is the thing. Like there's this show, this anime actually, without spoiling it, because it is a really big spoiler. Somebody turns into something, and they have 13 years to live after they turn into it.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's not anything good. Like they're very sad about it. Blah blah blah. And they didn't even want it. They didn't even want to turn into it. Is the thing. So like they just. And the thing that he realizes, he was just like, yeah, it's going to be 13 years. And he doesn't even do nothing. Like, he just, like, throws up. And I was like, that's a genuine reaction. Like, he's just, like, freaking out.
Yeah, just like, pure panic.
Up. Yeah, because it's just, like, yeah, like, you have this power, you have whatever, but, like, you're going to die at the end. But 15 years of happiness is a long time.
15 years is a long time.
I've lived 19 years. And that feels like a long time.
Yeah.
So like 15 years of just straight happy the whole time.
These 20 have been a crawl.
Would you be sad at the end of the 15 years though? Isn't that funny?
Probably not, because you'd look back and you'd be like,
happy.
I just had.
Yeah. Honestly, I wonder if accumulatively, if anybody has 15 years of happiness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you take all your happy days, you take everything you do. You
take all of the Happy Days episodes?
All the Happy Days episodes, and you put them in a season, like, would it be 15 years? Or all the times you felt happy? I wonder, would it amount to more or less?
Guys, welcome back to Radical Empathy.
Philosophical talk with the
soft boys, with the big boys.
We moisturize.
Guys, a quick sponsor spot. This episode is brought to you by Goose Oil.
Goose Oil.
Guys,
you don't got Cetaphil? Goose Oil.
Use Goose Oil. Do you guys have a goose at home? I know I do. Juan, you have a goose. You just got a goose.
You put me onto that. Actually,
I did put you onto the goose. But one thing about a goose is the smell. Even if you have the sack removed, sometimes the smell can linger, and it's just goose owners will get used to it, but it's just not great for guests. So what do? Well, the people down at Old Folks and More have developed goose oil, and they've been nice enough to sponsor this episode. But what is goose oil? Goose oil, you take it.
I'm glad you asked.
You take your goose, you rub it on the goose, and then it smells.
You need two. You weren't clear on that. You need two.
You need two, yeah.
In order to extract the.
You do.
The oil, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, so you have your two. Well, typical goose owners have two gooses. Two geese.
But sometimes they think they can get away with one.
Yeah, and those people are the fake goose owners. They don't know.
Yeah, they have no clue.
But you take your geese and you rub it on them. But you don't give them a bath and then rub it on them. Like rub it on them dry, and then that should cover the smell for about like 2 weeks. I've noticed it. The bottle says a week, but you can stretch it out to 2.
Yeah, if you're like busy.
Yeah.
Like if you have work or something, you don't have the time to do it.
Exactly. So guys, take it from us. I love it. Juan loves it. Click the link in the description and use the promo code Juan's Goose. Juan's Goose.
Either one works.
For $20 off of your first purchase of goose oil. And now back to the rest of the episode.
Thank you. Isn't it weird that you can feel pain in a dream?
Yeah.
It's like real.
Yeah.
And then like you can't die because you'll wake up because you don't know what it feels like to die. So you wake up.
Yeah.
But like last night, like.
Did you feel pain?
I had there's this dream I was having where I was like hanging out with people. We had a sleepover for whatever reason. And then one of the people had like a ferret as a pet.
Yeah.
And it just was like, I was like, I don't really want to sleep in the living room because I don't want the ferret to like step on me and stuff while I'm like trying to sleep or whatever the case is.
You just don't want to deal with a ferret.
Yeah. I don't, even if he fell asleep and just didn't, I would still feel like, oh, I'm going to feel him touch me eventually. And that's just a real life thought process that I would have had in that situation.
You would have not been in the same room with the ferret.
But the ferret came up to me and I'm like, okay, I'll pet it because it's cool. And then he just had like really sharp claws and like it really hurt me whenever I pick it up. Like it would just like dig its claws into me. And I was like, ow. And then it like bit me at one point and it just like, I woke up and I was like, that really hurt.
You were just
like, I was
mad at whoever brought that ferret.
I was like, yo, like I really just had real pain in my dream for no reason.
You know what I hate? I hate drowning in a dream.
I was gonna bring that up.
I hate drown, and like you wake up and you're
like, or you're like you start realizing that you're not actually drowning and you start breathing underwater and you're like,
what?
Oh, yeah, you're like, oh, okay,
all right, dude. Have you ever woken up from a dream still in a dream?
Damn, no.
That happened to me for the first time like 2 days ago. And it was the wildest thing.
That sucks so much.
Because I woke up from the dream, and then in like the dream that I was still dreaming.
Yeah.
And like I went and did something, like I had just woken up, and it was like ridiculous. And then I woke up again, and I was like, that I never want to experience that again.
Yeah, I've had the thing where you wake up and you get ready, brush your teeth, blah blah blah, do whatever, and then you actually wake up. And you're like, no, I did not do my morning routine.
I did not, and I'm now late.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me before school, like plenty of times. Well, when I used to go to school in high school, and
when I used to go to school before I dropped out of high school.
Did Arkansas have any weird places you go on like field trips that was exclusive to Arkansas?
I'm trying to think because Diego brought it up before we started recording, and I was trying to remember field trips. We didn't go on too many field trips when I was at school in Arkansas. Because
why not?
I don't know. Well, we would only do, because like when I was in Arkansas, it was kindergarten and first grade. And so we would just typically do like the regular kindergarten, first grade field trip. So it was like pumpkin patch, where we would go to like one of like the houses like of like one of my classmates and like have like a little party. But other than that was kind of it. But I mean, in Austin, we didn't really have any like crazy places. Like it was really just the Bob Bullock Museum.
What is that? Is that like a kids museum?
No, the Texas State History Museum.
Oh,
that's like right across the street from UT.
Oh shoot!
Did you never go to that?
No, I didn't grow up here.
Oh, that's right. You're an Atlanta boy.
Yeah, we would just go to like a grocery store.
I
get free chicken.
I've been to a grocery store on a field trip. I did that, I think, in first grade. I went to a grocery store on a field trip, which is a weird place to go.
Yeah. Honestly, the most fondest memories I have is probably like Valentine's Day when you just like hand out candy to everybody.
And when you just get so much candy in your shoebox.
And then like, yo, man, I had this one girlfriend in first grade who was my girlfriend for all of like 2 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Because I was like, since a young man, I didn't really like girls. I still don't.
I think they're icky.
So
one's not gay.
I went. This one girl came up to me when I was in first grade. And I was like,
you were a little heartthrob, weren't you? I've seen pictures of you.
Yeah, I was a cute little kid.
You were a heartthrob.
So I was just there chilling, playing my game, or whatever I was doing. She comes up to me. She's like, "You want to be my BF?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'd like best friends. I think it'd be fun to have a best friend. I think that'd be good experience." For me. Yeah. And so I was like, "Yeah." And then she like leaves and she's like talking with her friend, and I'm in my brain. I'm like, I think this is one of the first thought processes I had as a kid. And I just was like, BF. I was like, best friend. What else could that mean? Oh, man. I hope she doesn't mean boyfriend. So I go up to her, and I'm like, oh, I meant best friend, not boyfriend. And that was really it.
You had your first relationship and your first breakup within 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then I was like, and then like for the rest of my elementary school, I was known as her ex, and it was so funny to me. It's like this, like in fourth grade or fifth grade, they're like, that's Tatiana's ex, and I was like, what?
You were like, damn right I am.
That bitch took everything. I hate her.
I hate Tatiana.
Fuck you.
Do not bust it down.
Tatiana ever listens to this, I miss you.
Let's meet at Mellow Mushroom.
Let's meet at Mellow Mushroom. What more can I say than I miss you, really? Like,
I mean, really what more can I say that I haven't already?
Yeah, I know you might not be thinking about me, but you know I'm thinking about you.
Dude, you want to know what one of my favorite, like, very niche memes are?
Yes.
Is it only happened on Thanksgiving and Christmas, but it's just a picture, I think Offset. And he's looking at his phone, and the caption is, yo, I know I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I just wanted to wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Future, bro.
Oh, is that Future?
Yeah, it's like it's basically saying like a toxic ex during the holidays. It is. I really do enjoy that.
I love it.
I love those so much.
I know I shouldn't be, but I'm thinking about you.
Hey, I'm thankful for you.
Yeah.
And then people were like people related to it too much, and they're like, yeah, this is the first time in 15 years my ex hasn't sent me something on Thanksgiving. And I was like, yo, people do this?
Yeah, that's
I thought this was a joke.
No,
like,
dude,
why y'all texting your exes? Like, leave them alone.
I loved it.
Yeah, Future is not a good guy.
Is he not?
Nah, he like cheated on his wife, and then his wife went and married Russell Wilson.
Really?
And he has
Russell
2
Wilson's
kids
a good guy.
Yeah, he's great with the kids. He's more of a dad than Future ever is.
Damn.
And and then he still hung up about her. But it really, when you think about it, it's like, well, you cheated on her.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Like,
Speaking of Russell Wilson and football, but college football,
dude, that was such an upset.
Right, dude. LSU ran through Clemson,
and it didn't start that way at all. I went to bed, and Clemson still very much had a chance.
Yeah,
the entire time.
What was crazy is I was telling
first loss, dude.
Yeah, I was thinking about it whenever the game ended, is that like this LSU team is gonna go down in history as one of the greatest college football teams of all time.
Really? I'm not into it. So what? Why do you say that?
Because like at the beginning of the season, like LSU, like in the past couple of years, LSU's been good, but not like crazy.
Okay.
And so like they started like in the top 10 this season, but like nobody expected them to like go crazy.
Yeah.
And then like they beat Texas, and then they just drive through everyone they like came across.
Jesus.
And like they beat Alabama, which was insane. They just like no one was a match for them. And then they get to the national championship and beat Clemson, and this was like the first time Trevor Lawrence had lost in college.
Yeah, ever.
Yeah.
He was undefeated.
He was like 25 and 0.
And he won the championship last year.
Yeah.
So he just went the whole season without losing, and then went this whole season without losing.
And then their quarterback, this is the first, I think that if I remember correctly, this is his first year playing college football, and he's a senior. So like his college record is perfect. Like he's had the best college record you can have. no losses, national championship, Heisman Trophy, and he was like, "Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about the NFL."
Wait, the LSU guy or
Yeah, Joe Burrow. He was like, "Yeah,
he
no,
does have the Heisman, doesn't he?
he really does."
Why wouldn't he think about the NFL?
Well, before this season, he was like, "Yeah, the NFL just
okay.
wasn't on my mind."
Yeah, I bet he was just playing to get his money.
But then he just like became one of the
Why did he
best
get
college
the
football
Heisman Trophy
quarterbacks
and not the guy who's undefeated?
because
I don't really know the requisites or anything.
it's just like performance in a season,
Okay.
I guess. So like Trevor Lawrence had like a better chance to win the Heisman last year because that was kind of his breakout season. But this year, like just everything Joe Burrow did was insane.
Damn.
Like, yeah, like it was definitely like it was probably the most lopsided Heisman win ever.
Well, then it makes sense why it's not that bad that LSU won then.
Yeah, I was
like they're both really good. And it started, I remember when I started it was very, Clemson was just on them. Like they would not leave, let them move the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
And both special teams were doing that.
But then they started going, and when I watched the highlights,
the sad part is when they changed the tide before the second half is when I went to sleep, and they got the lead. I was like, I mean, Clemson still can get it, but
like when I was watching the highlights, that was what was insane. Is like it looked effortless. Once LSU got in the groove, it looked like they weren't even trying. I was like, this is insane how good this team is.
It'd be funny when they're like third and like 10 still, or like sacked, and then they'll just make it back in one throw.
Yeah,
that's the cool thing. I think that's the cool thing about watching college football is that it's not just a bunch of old fucks like trying not to get hurt. Yeah, like, they all really want to play the game, and and not just that, but they're doing like risky shit too that you don't see in the NFL. Like how the game started when Clemson like passed it behind again, and then threw it, and I was just like, geez, like you don't see.
You wouldn't do that.
It's exciting to watch that. It makes the sport more fun.
Yeah.
I wonder how far it's gonna advance though, because you know how far we've advanced from when it started to now. We don't wear leather helmets.
Yeah.
I wonder. I think I'd be down to see like enhancements for the game, like body enhancements.
Yeah.
In the sense of like they add a new element, like let's say make a special field, just real futuristic shit. Basically, like let's say make a special field where like your cleats make you run faster, whatever it may be. I think that'd make the game. We would spice it up and make it more.
Oh, for sure.
Wouldn't be classic football. Maybe people would be mad, but I feel
they'd be like, "This isn't my football."
That's what the future football should be.
Yeah.
Them flying around, just something,
dude.
Something,
So do you know anything about like the crazy NCAA guidelines?
No, I have no clue.
So NCAA has a lot of wacky rules. Like, and one of the big ones that they've been fighting is like students can't make money off of their appearance.
Oh yeah.
Or anything. So
don't they still somehow make money though? Like they work their way around it in a way?
Students can only be paid in California. Because they just passed a bill for it. But after LSU won, when they were like, because like after like a big game, like they're all on the field celebrating and stuff. Odell Beckham, who went to LSU, was handing out money to LSU players, like a lot of money.
That's so fucking cool.
And he got.
That's why he was there. I know he went to LSU.
And apparently, like the NCAA was livid.
Oh, of course they were.
Yeah, but I was like, I mean, come on. They just.
If anything, that's just I know he classified it under a gift, so they can't really say anything.
Yeah, but he also, what was it?
They really did deserve to get paid after that, though.
Yeah, and I mean, the NCAA made $1 billion from that game alone. That one game made them $1 billion, and the athletes who played in it did not get anything.
I mean, LSU got some from Odell.
Yeah, Odell gave them. Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess I kind of agree with them. Like, I wouldn't pay a college guy.
No.
They're already getting their free schooling.
That is their payment.
Yeah.
I mean, but not all of them, unfortunately. Not all of them get. Yeah, not all of them are on scholarship. You have like walk-ons and stuff, and people that it's like partial scholarship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Either way, if they do start paying out, we're not gonna be mad.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be anything like crazy.
Yeah, it shouldn't be NFL money. No. I don't want it to turn into that.
No.
That'd be stupid.
That would, yeah. Because then it'd just be like, damn. They really just are on a whole other level.
Let's wrap this episode up with a movie talk.
Okay. Because we gotta go back to our basics.
Yeah, duh.
I went and saw 1917.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it twice. Loved it both times. I'm gonna be honest.
You saw it twice, you said?
I did see it twice.
Damn.
I'm gonna say it. Probably one of my new favorite movies. It's definitely up there.
How did they make it look like one shot though? How did they do that? Because I feel like you have to cut at some point.
They only have one hard cut in the movie that I noticed.
Because I'm sure you're watching, waiting for a cut.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like whenever it's like one, like long shot, that when it cuts, it's super jarring. And the cut comes in like an important part of the movie.
Is it like a cut where they're somewhere else, or is it like a cut where it's like? Because I would even be paying attention to like.
It's pretty.
If they're talking and then it switches to the other person on the camera, I'd be like, "That's a cut. They could have stopped right there." You know?
No, it's pretty in real time.
Really?
Because what's cool is that like you basically see their entire journey.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like you follow them from when they leave their post to when to the end of the movie. Like you see everything. Like there's no like jump in time.
Oh wow.
You see the entire thing, which is cool. And it's kind of only something that you can do with it being one shot. But just like the fact that they could have made this movie, they could have cut corners with this movie, but didn't, is insane.
Yeah.
Like the set design is ridiculous with it being one shot. They had to make everything like to scale. So like so the director was saying like if a shot takes 8 minutes, they need to be able to like walk in a trench for 8 minutes. Like it needs to be long enough for that to happen.
Yeah. Damn.
It's
so they had made real ass World War I trenches.
Yeah.
And all that.
And like they even like would go as far as like the English trenches were like would just be like dirty and like kind of just like raggedy, but then like they go to Germany's trenches and you can see how significantly advanced Germany was, which was true. Germany was significantly more advanced in both world wars. But like just like the small detail of their trenches just being a little bit better,
yeah,
you can just tell, and you're just like, that's really cool.
I forgot that they had to build their own trenches.
Yeah,
that was for tanks, right? To avoid tanks. I forget why.
I think
mortars.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What if a mortar gets into the trench though?
Then you die, bro.
Like you literally. Oh,
but dude, something that's insane is like that's like a war will never be fought like that again.
No.
Like and like they would even like
I don't even know if a war would ever be fought though, just with the implication of nuclear weapons.
Like we're all just kind of like, ah!
Yeah, like you can literally just drop a nuke and it'll be done.
Yeah,
it's kind of scary.
But yeah, you need to go see 1917. We can go see 1917.
I'd go see it.
I'd go see it a third time.
Yeah, I'll go see it.
Because like when you go see a movie, even if you really like it the first time, the kind of second and third time you see it in the movie theater, you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Like the third time I saw Black Panther, I was just like,
yeah,
let's wrap this up.
I was gonna watch 1917, but I ended up watching Honey Boy instead.
Tell me about Honey Boy.
It's literally just Shia LaBeouf's biography.
That's what I heard.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then you see what he grew up and what he went through, and you're like, damn. The only difference is that the kid's named Otis. But it was funny because like after the thing ended, I'd watched it with a friend, and he was like, they Otis the kid, and Shia plays his dad, which is really,
that's what I heard.
Strong. I was like, yo. So the kid, there's a scene where he's practicing a scene with his dad, Shia. And then my friend pulls up the exact Even Stevens episode that it was from.
No.
And I was like, that's crazy. Like, that's awesome. Like, he practiced for the scene. You saw it. It was really cool seeing the parallels. Really sad, though. You know, I didn't know he was an alcoholic, et cetera, et cetera.
Dude.
But that movie, yeah, you should watch it. It was really, because I don't really want to say anything else. It's literally just his biography.
Yeah.
Just what he went through growing up, and it's crazy what he went through.
Talking on that, okay, is it okay if I'm turning to Diego. Is it okay if we go over a little bit? Okay. So that whole like thing of like parents like in air quotes exploiting their kids for money. I just discovered Jojo Siwa. Do you know who this is?
Yeah, of course I know who Jojo Siwa is. My favorite person in the world.
I love Jojo Siwa. Dude, okay. I knew
Pause
of
your
her
story.
existence.
One time I was working at Chick-fil-A. Jojo Siwa thing was in town. There's so many little girls with bows in their head. I put a bow in my hair. A couple of my coworkers put bows in their hair. They paid $20 each for those bows.
Bro.
Anyways, you tell your Jojo Rabbit story.
Tell your dumb Jojo Rabbit story.
She's a Nazi.
Yeah, for sure. She has to be.
She has a little Hitler talking to her.
Oh,
Guys, it's a movie reference, so if y'all don't get
so
that,
if you don't
shut
get
the
it,
hell
maybe
up.
watch
Shut
a
the hell up.
movie.
Maybe go watch a movie. Read a book, idiot.
You like movies? Tell me every movie made. But I was because I knew of her existence,
1917.
and I was like, you know what?
Oh.
I know she's ridiculously rich, and like, if you go to any department store, you will find a JoJo Siwa merchandise.
Is so empty. She
Yeah.
doesn't have stuff to put in it. So
Exactly.
big.
And like I watched, apparently she just moved into this insane mansion, and so I watched like the house tour on her YouTube channel, and she's like, and she's always yelling, like always at a 10.
Yeah, always.
And she's like, she's going through her house.
Hey guys, you just saw 1917.
Yeah, guys, I just saw 1970. It's all one shot. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I was like looking at everything and like just the way she talks, I was telling Harley, I was like, she talks and like her house looks like someone who's already had a career, which is insane. Like she has like mannequins with like her outfits from like her shows in her like living room,
like somebody who's like living in like the glory that was them.
Exactly. But like she's
still actively doing shit.
Yeah. Ooh. And the thing that kind of bummed me out is I realized, like, because she used to be on Dance Moms. That's where she started.
Thing,
and then her like parents just like morphed her into this
the Siwa brand.
Yeah. And she kept talking. She was like, yeah, no, like this is my like family's house and stuff. And I was like, no, JoJo, this is your house. Like you made this money. And she was like talking about how like she wanted all of these things.
That's a big conflict in the Honey Boy as well.
Yeah. And like that's like she was talking about like how she wanted all these things, all this furniture in her house, but her mom was like, "No, I don't think we should do that." And I was like, "No, this is definitely your house."
The thing is that they don't. Okay, so without spoiling, like that is kind of a problem because he's like, Shia kind of turns and he kind of realizes he's like, "This is my money. Like you wouldn't be here right now." Okay, it's not really spoiling it. Basically, he's paying his dad to be with him because his dad did some things, whatever, so he's not actually supposed to be in his life like at all.
Yeah.
But he's literally paying him to be just under it's like a weird almost pseudo contract where it's just like he's my chaperone, but really he just wanted his dad there, even though he's like a piece of trash or something.
Yeah.
But he really is just like, I'm paying you to be here. And he's like 12 when he's saying this, you know, and that's such a shitty thing to have to realize when you're 12. Like, this is my money.
And that's what I saw. Like, I was like, because she seemed happy, but then I realized I was like, it's gonna like hit her.
Yeah.
Realizing that like, and she was like talking about, she was like, I love just like being on tour, and I'm always on tour. And she was like, guys, we just added 50 new cities to our tour.
That's so exhausting.
Yeah, and I was like, she hasn't grown up. She's just been in the limelight, and like her parents have just like fueled this giant, and then it's all just gonna hit her. And I hope it doesn't hit her destructively.
Yeah,
but
I
like
hope she's like, I'm not JoJo anymore. Like I'm wearing my hair down. I'm just gonna calm down now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like enjoy my money, but like
as opposed to her like I don't know doing crack or something.
Yeah, but like I don't see how it can't. Right. Like obviously you're like what you said. Like it can. She can. Calm down,
whatever.
But like
fix her hairline, maybe.
Realizing that's just like, oh my gosh, my parents just like kind of turned me into this thing for money.
All the money going to them.
And I'm just now realizing it. Like that would mess me up. And it's devastating. It's so sad.
And my parents are exploiting me for this big boy money we're getting.
Dude, I know. And I had to talk to my parents. I was like, no, this big boy money's going to be in my name. Is that really why you went and saw Honey Boy, so you could tell me about your home life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
are you paying?
Exploiting me?
Are you paying your
parents?
We're
making a lot of money, and I'm just not giving you any of it.
Yeah,
or Diego,
I was like,
or Jack, any of it.
I was like, wait, what big boy money?
Yeah, sorry guys.
Have you
that little goose oil ad was real, and they paid me a big amount of money to say that, and I didn't even have to say it.
I said it.
You read it.
I read the goose oil ad.
And I had no
guys,
money on
Juan and I are about to have a business meeting. This has been Small Talk with the Big Boys. We'll see you next time. I'm Nate.
Adios. I'm Juan.
Bye. Puerto Rican.